What's up, everybody? We're back. So in the previous episode, we talked about hiring, who to hire, when to hire, etc. Now I'm going to tell you how I manage my team and how I manage my meetings. As I said in the previous episode, I absolutely hate meetings. I have a no agenda, no attendance policy. If you don't have an agenda, I'm not going to show up to the meeting. Okay, what types of meetings do I like to run? So if you're doing either a weekly with your leadership team or even just your marketing team, so I have a marketing meeting with the whole team, and then I do one-on-ones with all my direct reports. That meeting is structured in, I stole it from the EOS, actually a really cool system, entrepreneurial operating system. And the L10 meeting, the anatomy of that meeting, there's a few things there. One, it's a 90-minute meeting, same time, same place. And this is the one meeting you can't punt. So like I said, I hate meetings, but I have 3 meetings that I basically can't ever punt on my calendar. I have my leadership meeting, I have my one-on-one with my boss, and then I have my direct report meeting where I meet everybody in marketing. What does the L10 meeting comprise of? So there's a few things in the anatomy. The first thing is good news. So you have good news, everybody just shares some good news there. It's awesome. Again, I do all this in Notion. Everybody fills out the document before the leadership meeting. It's amazing. From the good news, then you have a company scorecard. So the company scorecard is going to be a mix of metrics that you're tracking. And again, these aren't for discussion. It's more so just information in this section. The next thing you're going to have is ROC reviews. I'll talk about ROCs in a little bit, but ultimately ROCs are like quasi OKRs. Then from the ROC reviews, you have customer headlines. These can be positive, negative, just what are your customers talking about? What are they saying about the product, the business, the brand, etc. Share those with everybody, light discussion there. The next thing is to-dos. So you go over all the last week's to-dos. And then the real magic happens in the IDS. So the IDS is called identify, discuss, solve. So people will put a topic in there, the topic will be identified, there will be discussion points, and then ideally you come to a solve. It's really awesome to have all of your leadership talking about this one thing and you don't leave until it's solved. Awesome, it's absolute magic. IDS for the win. And then after that, you assign any to-dos, and then you have a conclusion where you can share anything, whether people are taking time off, what have you, just things that you need to share with the leadership group. And then after that, everybody rates the meeting. The thing about the rating that you need to make sure is it's more so 0, why did I even show up? 10, oh my God, this was the best use of my time ever. But it's not a reflection on the host. It's a reflection of the quality, the pace, the effectiveness and efficiency of the meeting. Here's a little pro tip. At my current company, Firma, I implemented the L10 and it was going great, but one of the staples of the L10 is it starts on time and it ends on time. And people were tardy. People were coming in a few minutes late here and there. And so what we did, we instituted a policy that the last person that showed up at the meeting had to run the next week's meeting. It was the best thing we've ever done. Everybody's on time, everybody's prepared. So that's a really awesome pro tip. Okay, those are for my big meetings. Now, how do you manage your direct reports? I meet with all of my lieutenants and generals, so all the direct reports, anybody under them, like ICs and things of that, or individual contributors, sorry for the jargon. I don't really meet with them, not that I don't like them, it's just those people are an extension of their manager, and I just meet, again, with my lieutenants and generals. So my directors, my VPs, those people, they get one-on-one, they get 30 minutes with me, and I have them, again, fill out a Notion doc, and that Notion doc is comprised of a few things. The first thing is, what was the biggest win that week? I want them to look and be happy and have something to talk about that they did that was awesome. So you have your biggest win. Then the next thing you have is your biggest opportunity. Where's the biggest opportunity lie? Okay, cool. And then the third thing is, what are they looking forward to most? It doesn't have to be work related. And again, these are people. So you want to make sure that your people are happy. Like, I've never been a morale guy because I've always either been a lone ranger or basically an IC my whole life. But I can tell you, morale absolutely matters. So you have those 3 things. And then the next thing I have is any decisions or blockers that they need to talk about. And then we have what are the big priorities. So what are the 3 priorities for that week? So yeah, you have your biggest opportunity. What are you looking forward to? Your biggest win of the week, any decisions needed or blockers, and your top 3 priorities for the week. And I have all of my direct reports. They fill all this out. We meet in 30 minutes. It's done and dusted. And we do it every week. You should try it. L10 meetings, amazing. One-on-one meetings, amazing. And then the last thing I'll say is, how do I distribute workload? Again, stolen from EOS, but you have 4 types. You have goals. So goals are going to be the big, hairy things for the year. What are you trying to accomplish for your department that year or for your little fiefdom that you're owning? What are you trying to accomplish? Those are goals. Now, beneath goals are called ROCs. Remember ROCs review? These are the rocks that are set. Rocks are only quarterly, and you really want to have 3 to 5 of them. If you have more than that, it just gets really crazy, and they're really, at that point, it's not worth it. So 3 to 5 rocks. What's going to happen and what are you going to accomplish within that quarter? And then the next thing you have are to-dos, things that you commit to within 7 days. These need to be done within 7 days. So you have rocks, you have goals, you have to-dos, and that's a really clean way to distribute the workload. And what's really awesome is if something does come up, the way to think about it is if it's going to impact in quarter, if the thing that's happening, whether it's a problem, a solution, what have you, that you need to discuss, it's going to impact the business within that quarter, then you put it in the L10 meeting to IDS it. If it's not, then you just kick it to your next quarterly business review where you're just going to have everybody on site. It's not going to matter. That's how I do my one-on-ones. That's how I do my leadership and multi-people team meetings. And then that's how I distribute my workload.